Yeah, we're good to go.
Well, we need to open up.
Hold on. Yeah, we're live. All right. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. It is Dennis here, the head trader of Investment Mastery. I hope you are prepared for a very exciting crypto evening. But we're just going to wait a couple of minutes so everyone comes on. So what we'd like you to do is just to comment below, where are you from? Where are you writing from? To see where you're from, right? If you're from the UK, from Sweden, from Germany, from Holland, where are you guys from? And my amazing team in the background will, of course, let me know what you guys are commenting. So throughout today, they were going to read out the questions that you guys are asking. Because remember, today, you will get answers to every single question that you have about cryptos. I hope you've written them down beforehand. But we have prepared a couple as well, of course, that most people are asking in the beginning to help trigger some thoughts for you as well. So
we have Deborah, Charlotte, Robert.
Awesome. So hi Deborah, hi Charlotte, hi Robert.
Camilla from Sweden.
Hi Camilla from Sweden. Awesome. Well, doesn't really matter, but that is awesome. Yeah. Hi Max. Hi Liliet from Holland. That is awesome. Great to see so many on here. Yeah. Hi Alex.
Trish, UK.
Trish from UK. Very exciting. Very exciting. So also let me ask you, how many of you would say you're new to cryptos? How many of you are new to cryptos? Comment below if you're new, right? So if you are new, write number 1 in the chat. And if you would say, well, Dennis, I've been doing cryptos for a little bit, then write number 2. If you think, well, I'm actually quite advanced, I've been doing this for a couple of years, I make consistent profits, write number 3. So we know where you guys are at. But remember as well, this will be an introduction to cryptos for you. We will help you to get started in an amazing way. And then, of course, spend also half an hour answering all your questions that you might have. Let me see what you guys are writing. How many of you are beginners? How many ones do we have, Gabriella?
We have
Lisa, yeah, very good.
Lilia.
Yeah. Lilia? Alex, number 2. Okay, awesome. All right, so we have a variety here. So a lot of 1s, a lot of 2s. So some of you are beginners, some of you would say you're more intermediate, which is awesome. But always, like we say, right, try to keep an open mind, because you never know, there might be a golden nugget that you pick up that you didn't know before. And of course, ask questions. I mean, we have been trading and investing, Marcus and Maria, for over, I don't know how long it is now. I think for 17 years, been teaching for 13, 14 years. And he's been teaching me for the past 4 years now. We've been in the crypto market since 2017. And man, it was a bit tough, I must say, in the bear market, but it's a lot of fun now when it's going up, of course. However, this is just going to be the start, we believe. We think we're just in the starting phase as well, which is something we will cover today. So we are about to get started now. It's a couple of minutes past. And once again, my name is Dennis, and I'm the head trader of Investment Mastery, and I'm going to be guiding you today and answering all your questions. We're so prepared, we're so happy, and we're so excited to hopefully start your crypto journey here. So it's going to be amazing. So a big warm welcome, right? So we are behind your crypto club, which many of you, of course, have heard of. And just before we start here, I just want to say that we can't give advice. We're not financial advisors. So nothing that comes out of my mouth today is advice. What it is, though, is what we're doing. We're sharing what we're doing, our experiences in the market, but also make sure you do your own research before you invest here. And that's really it, right? So just make sure you do that. And because there's a lot of people saying, invest in this, invest in that, but with what strategy and who are they? So we're just educating you based on our experience. So now the first half hour, we will just talk about how you get started in the absolute best way. So I do hope you're prepared for that. So I'm going to ask you one question here, and that is, do you have a piece of paper and a pen? So you can take a lot of notes tonight. So don't just sit back, right? Because we want you to be engaging, because this is about you. This evening is totally about you. So try to take as many notes as you can, and we'll stay on until your questions are answered. And you know what you can do? You can already now, if you have questions you are thinking about, write them in the chat, and our team will write them down and highlight them for us. But in approximately 25-30 minutes, we have gone through kind of how you get started in the best way. And after that, well, then we're gonna do the Q&A, and I have a special guest coming on tonight. Many of you've seen him, many of you know him as well. But I'm gonna save that one for a bit later. I might actually have revealed that when I did the small live on Facebook and Instagram yesterday. But let's get started, I think. Let's get started. So let me ask you this. Are you guys excited? Type yes in the chat if you guys are excited to get started and excited to learn more about the crypto world. Nice. So let me, well, I would be great if I could, but you know.
Arlette saying yes. Lydia,
Oh,
yes.
Arlette, don't forget we have coaching tomorrow, mentoring.
Lisa's ready.
Very good.
Asking, is Marcus coming on?
Yeah, Marcus is not coming on today. But he will. You will definitely see him if you go on webinars and YouTube. We actually have something called Trades of the Week on YouTube, so you can go there, and he will be on there every single week together with myself, and we will taking you through everything we're doing in the market. So make sure you are on those. So it will be me tonight together with Keith. And just so you know a little bit who you're learning from, right? I've been averaging around 4.53% per month, which is around 50-60% per year for the last 5 years now, actually, which is incredible. So I'm very consistent in that. And now on several accounts, especially with cryptos, I'm making more than 8-9%. So you are in good hands. I hope I can teach you one thing or two. Of course, that is my intention, to give you everything I have. And we do really appreciate the time, because that is absolutely the most valuable asset that you have. All right. So I really appreciate that you do spend the time learning about the crypto market tonight. So let's get into it. So one thing I want to highlight before we get started here, and that is that investing in cryptos, investing in general, right? Warren Buffett once said, right, that the money moves from the impatient hands to the patient hands. And what that means is that, well, if you just go in for a quick buck and you try to make money fast, you might lose in the longer term. Because if you have a little bit more longer term view, you use a longer term strategy, and you could be trading in the short term as well, but you need to be seeing this as something you do maybe every day for the next 4 or 5 years. And like 20 minutes a day. It's you could do it while you're on the toilet or something like that. So just remember that it is a marathon, it's not a sprint. We're not here to get rich quick, even though you can with cryptos, but this is something we're building up over the next couple of years, if that makes sense. So the only reason we're making a lot of money now is because we've been in it throughout the whole bear market, and we keep investing, and it's been a nightmare because, well, when we were investing, right? Because the markets were just going down, but now they're going up. So now it's exciting. So if you start now and keep doing it, you will have very, very similar rewards, we are sure. So we believe we're just at the starting point. But step number one now, when you get started, which is really a really exciting journey. So now you need to be taking notes. Because the first thing we're doing here is that we're opening up a crypto account, okay? I know we're taking it from the very beginning, but we are going to ramp it up a little bit. But it is a Q&A for you, so you can ask a lot of questions. But we're doing that in the second half. So we need to have a crypto account, and there's loads of them out there. There's a couple of things you need to watch out for. And if you go to our YouTube, Marcus made a video on this as well. But there are a lot of them out there that are promising huge gains, right? They're saying you can make 3% a month or 3% a week. There's no risk. They will even have someone trading for you. 99% of these are scams, okay? That's very important to understand. So we are looking to use the biggest ones, okay, which is Coinbase. Write that down, Coinbase, or Binance even. So one of those two. Coinbase is a bit easier to use, but Binance is a really, really good platform as well. So, and Binance, the difference between these two is that Coinbase, they have around what? They have maybe 20, 30 different cryptos. They're all listing more though, but Binance has hundreds, right? They have hundreds of cryptos that you can invest in. So I would choose one of those. Coinbase Pro and Coinbase a bit easier. Binance a little bit more difficult, but when you learn the hang of it, it's not that bad, right? It's a very good platform to use. You can do everything on there. So we're gonna get to that, but how many of you are interested in making like passive income, right? Making passive money from your investments? Write me in the chat if that is the case. And it's very exciting, right? Because usually, well, there's not really any passive. How can you make passive? And we like to call it residual income, just because you might need to do a little bit in the beginning to learn, but then it actually can become passive. So we're getting any yeses there, Gabriella? Yes, 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 right? Oh, that's good. So then I better hurry up then. All right, so what we're looking at with the passive, if you open an account with Coinbase and Binance, look guys, this is worth learning, because you can get up to 10, 15, 20% a year. Or you say, oh, a year really? I thought a month, Dennis. Well, let me ask you, how many do you get in the bank? And you probably say, I mean, in some countries even zero. You lose money on having them in the bank, especially when you have the inflation as well. So what I would say, right, is that it's amazing to get 15, 20%. And remember, that's additional because you're investing and hopefully it goes up in value. For example, Fiat is one that we have invested in, and that's up what, 300-400%. So if you would have invested $1,000, you would now have $4,000, but you would also get 4-5% a year from just holding the cryptos. So that's very exciting. So if you want to do that, then Binance is the better option, okay? So step one is really opening your account. We like Coinbase though when you're starting, just because it's easier to use, but maybe you just want to bite the bullet and go into Binance. And the fees on Binance are very low as well. But the reason we are using Binance and Coinbase is because those two exchanges are the biggest ones on the planet, right? They're part of those, and therefore also the safest. And Binance actually got hacked, and which means that someone stole cryptos from there, stole cryptos from the users, but they actually gave them back. They said, look, no problem, we got hacked, it's our fault, we give the money back. And we like that. That's an amazing thing that they're doing. So that is step number one, right? So we are using, step number 1 to 3, because we can open 2 of them. But that is then Binance, right? So Binance is the one I would choose if I were you. Oh, will I get the things?
Their comments and stuff as well.
All right, so I got a thing here so I can see your comments. Show me the money, says Nicholas. That is awesome. Oh, look at this. This is a cool thing. Well, it's a small iPad. It's very cool. Okay, cool. So remember, guys, that, I prefer Binance. It has low fees, says Andrew, and that is very smart. And that is very true as well. So why do you recommend Coinbase Pro instead of the standard Coinbase? Because Coinbase, you're paying 3-4% in fees, right? Every time you buy and sell, 3-4%. Coinbase Pro, on the other hand, only have like 0.07%, which is awesome. Yeah, so Alfeda, make sure you get back to me with that question. I'm going to let you know the answer to that a bit later. So that's a cliffhanger for you right there. So that's number 1. You need to have written down Binance, right? So it's binance.com, which is very, very important, okay? So you can open Coinbase just for the simplicity, but also if you ask what I'm doing, I'm using both to spread my risks a little bit, right? To spread the risks a little bit, and then also so I'm able to kind of invest in as many cryptos as possible, okay? So I'm using both. But if you're choosing one, I would go with Binance. So I hope that makes sense. But you can also differentiate it, right? So if you're trading a little bit in the shorter term, maybe you want to use one of them, so you can separate them a bit. But we're going to get to that as well. So how do I transfer my fiat money to my Binance account? So what you do here is you open the account, you need to verify yourself. And when you have verified yourself, so when you have verified yourself, right, then you can actually just press deposit money, and then you deposit euros or pounds, depending on where you're at, and you can do that with a credit card or a bank transfer. I would recommend the bank transfer because it's cheaper to do so. Hi Don, awesome, great to see so many people on here. Ooh, yeah, very good. So that's those steps. You can do bank transfer straight into your Binance account. Exactly. You do a bank transfer directly into your Binance account. Exactly. So when you have opened the account, now you're ready to start trading, which is incredible. So we also need to know how to allocate our money. So this is very exciting, right? We use some different kind of strategies, and we're going to get to those strategies in a moment. And I'm just going to show you the strategies we're using. We don't really have time to take you through all of them, but I'm going to share one with you that you could use right now, that the funds are using as well, which will spread your risks a little bit, which you can perform really well with. So I wonder how many of you would like me to show you a strategy. I'm not gonna. It's not difficult, right? I'm saying that. But how many of you would like me to show you a strategy that you will be able to apply straight after the webinar today? Ooh, hi Patrick. It's nice. We have so many amazing members on here as well. Hi Deborah. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that on the subtitle. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there's a slight delay we see on the chat here. So I'm gonna ask questions and I'm gonna come back to them as well. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how you can do that strategy, of course, as well. But for now, look at it this way. Cryptos has a big upside. But there's one thing I need you to think about, and that is this: that if it has a big upside, the risk is also there. I'm not going to be one of those that says, invest everything, mortgage your house, put it into cryptos, because crypto is going to make you a billionaire, because it's just not true, okay? Well, it could make you a billionaire, but not overnight. It's craziness to just put in all your money at once. So we're going to show you how you can do it over time. You need to be in the long game here. You need to be a combination of the tortoise that I showed in the beginning and the hare, right? And we all know who won the race if we compare the tortoise and the hare. And that's, of course, the tortoise. Very good. So because it's a little bit risky here, we invest around 15 to 20% of all the money we have in cryptos, okay? 15 to 20%. So if you have 10,000, well, that's 2 or maybe 3,000, but 1,500 to 2,000 to start with. And as it gets safer, then you can invest a bit more. And then add money every month as well. So this is how we would allocate it, just to give you an example here. So we have a couple of strategies. So we would, for the biggest, and this is the way we're going to differentiate it today. So if you're going to invest in the biggest cryptos, and that could be the top 5, right? And I'm going to mention a few for you tonight as well. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, those are 2 the main ones, the biggest ones. Write those down. Those are Marcus' largest positions, okay? Bitcoin and Ethereum. But then there's some other ones that are really safe as well, which is Cardano, that's ADA. And if you watch the trades of the week, you would have made good profits with them first and foremost, but they're also known as the Ethereum killer or the Ethereum destroyer or something like that. So those 3 are a bit bigger. Now, we do get a question. Can we zoom in on this here? Can we? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yes, we're zooming in, Mo. We're zooming in. I think we'll find out if we can do that. All right. So the bigger, and I hope that makes sense for you. So the more, if you have 10,000, well, then 40%, like 4,000, should be going into the more solid ones. Like the majority of your money should go in there. And people do this upside down. They invest the least amount of money in the most solid ones, but the biggest amount of money in the new ones, like in the risky ones that could make you $1 billion, but it could also lose you everything. That's where they invest everything. So we need to play this long term. So 4,000, if you have 10,000, then 4,000. And if you have 1,000 to start with, well, then 400 goes in there. And you can start with anything in the crypto market because all the fees are based on a percentage, right? Based on a percentage. So then 40% goes in the biggest ones. Thank you, Max. But please, everyone, do not post any referral links on here. That, don't post any of those. I think we might delete those even because just keep it, just link it. We can't have referral links flying around everywhere. We don't know where they're leading, even though this is a Binance one, okay? So CCA is one of the strategies we use. It's a safer strategy, but what we do in essence is that when the price falls down, we average in all the way down. What most people do, they just put all the money in at the same time at like a certain price, like boom, all of it, and then they hope and pray that it's going to go up. But what if it goes down? Well, then they don't have any more money to invest. So make sure you write this down. Make sure you have money so you can invest as it goes down. So if you have 4,000 to invest into the bigger ones, well, then maybe put in 500, maybe 600 to start with. And then if it goes down, well, then you put in more. If it goes down, well, then you put in more. So the strategy here that hedge funds, or sorry, the funds are using is, instead of putting all your money in at once, why don't you choose a certain time every month, the first of every month, and you put in the same amount. So why don't you put in £200 January, £200 February, £200 March, £200 April. Let me ask you this question. If you put in the same amount, and the price will be random because you don't know what the price is going to be every single month, right, in the future. So if you put the money in every month, right, bam, 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 where will your average price be? Will you have a kind of an average, a middle average price? Or will your price be very high, or will it be very low? It does depend if it goes up or down, of course. Nicholas, what is it you don't understand? Which part? How long does this live Q&A go on for? It goes on for another 40 minutes, so until 7 o'clock UK time. So what would you guys say? So if you invest the same amount each month, right? Because imagine, the price goes like this, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, or then down, 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 down. So if you invest the same amount every month, you will have an average price, right? Like some of you are writing, an average price. Because imagine this, right? If it goes up, you invest up here. If it goes down, you invest down here. And then next month, it's in the middle, you invest there. And then it goes down, so you invest all the way down here that month. And then boom, goes up, and you invest there as well. So I'll fade the average, but the market is going up, so you will make profit at the end of the year. Exactly. You're very welcome, Renee. Yeah, exactly. So it's called, the strategy is called dollar cost averaging, if you want to look it up on Investopedia, like Deborah is writing there. So it's a very kind of famous and a good strategy to use in the beginning. But then the 30% goes from the smaller cryptos. So now this is outside the bigger ones, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano. These ones goes a bit further down, that maybe hasn't been around as long, doesn't have as many users, a little bit more risky, but the upside is bigger. So we do then 30% in those. And then we trade a bit in the shorter term, and we do 25% in that. And then, then we have the gambling, you have the casinos as well. So that is the startups, right? The new companies. Imagine investing in Facebook when they launched back, a lot of years ago. And imagine when Mark Zuckerberg, he was in his dorm, right? And like, oh, we're going to launch this social media platform. You're like, yeah, well, good luck with that, right? That was before internet almost. Not really, but almost. And now you can also invest like a couple of £100 in those. Now, this is the problem. A lot of people, they take all of their life savings and put into these opportunities because they just see the upside. But the reality is, most of these will fail. So what we do is we take small amounts. If you have an account with 10,000, well, then you maybe put in 100 in each of these, just 100. Yeah, if it goes up 10,000%, you still made 10,000 or something like that. But if it goes to zero, you only lost 100. So that is really, really important to understand. Yeah, I know the graph is linked to the percentages on the left. Well, kind of linked. I know we have to do some work on that, I think. But you can see the percentages at least. So that is very, very good. Yeah? And then after we have decided the allocation here, well, then, let's see, we have a question here. So do you only take a small amount out when you're milking the profits but leave the rest? Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing that people do, right? So when the price goes up, they just take everything at one point, like, okay, great, now it's going to go back down. But then it just continues up. So write this down as well. We need to let the profits run as long as possible. That is very, very important. Because if you don't let your profits run, well, then you're cutting your profits. And we cannot do that, because then you never get the 100,000% profit or 10,000% profit or even more. So what you need to do is you need to let your profits run. And the way to do that might be, okay, so for every 100% it goes up, you take 10% off the table. Another 100%, you take 10% off the table. So the key here, we actually made a video. We actually created a mini course, right? A mini course on cryptos for you, right? You can watch it on YouTube. And in there, we do explain the 5 components every single strategy needs to have. I don't know if it's up yet, Gabriella, but if it's not, it will come in a couple of weeks' time. But that is very, very, very good to do that, right? Because you need to know. This is the key. Make sure you pay close attention. How many of you would like to know a golden nugget when it comes to strategies? How many of you would like to know a golden nugget? Let's see. While you guys are answering that, I'm gonna. No worries, Rob. Great to have you on here. You can't set a trailing stop loss. No, you cannot set a trailing stop loss on Binance. What do you mean? When do you milk profits? Yeah, at 100%. That is correct. Very good. Yes, perfect. Yeah, a golden nugget, exactly. So the golden nugget is as follows here, right? And that is this: that you need to know exactly. This is like driving a car. You would never go into a car without knowing where you're going, right? You can't go into a car and like, well, I'm gonna see what happens here. I'm just gonna drive. You never do that. You know exactly where you're going. You know that your brakes works, so you know everything beforehand before you get into the car. And it's the same thing with a strategy. You need to know beforehand where you're gonna enter, where you're gonna exit with a loss, where you're gonna exit with a profit. You need to know those things. So, for example, here you need to know. So, if you, for example, in a trade then or in investment, you then need to know. Okay, so how much am I in profit? When am I taking the profits here? So when you're up 100%, well, that's the time you take a little bit out. But you need to know it beforehand, otherwise you're going to get emotional. All right, that's very, very important. Yes, that is absolutely correct, Janice, absolutely. So step number 5 then is that you need to use the strategies here, right? And that's really the last step. And we do have some other things, which is the, let's see here. So we have here also about the wallets, right? Because when you've bought your first cryptos, you also need to know where to store them. That is very, very important. So we have different strategies, right? So we have a longer term investment strategy, the small cap strategy, we have a trading strategy, and we have also a staking strategy. So we have 5 ways to make money in cryptocurrencies and blockchain companies, okay? So, and those are the ones that we teach you in your crypto club, right? It's not enough time now. Now we're just getting you started. But if you really want to learn these strategies, and Marcus has taught for the last 13 years, well, then it's the crypto club. You will find those in. Yeah, very good. So let's move on here. So when you have your strategy, you've bought your cryptos, well, then you're going to need a wallet as well. And there's different kinds of wallets, right? But the one we are proposing is the Ledger. You can use 2, write both of these down, everyone. So the first one is something you download to your computer, and that is your Atomic wallet, your desktop wallet, okay? Atomic wallet is the name. And Atomic wallet, it's safer, but if someone hacks your computer, they can steal your cryptos, and we don't want that to happen. So the safest thing to do is to use a Ledger, okay? Ledger.com. So you go to ledger.com and you order it from their website. Make sure you do not order one of these wallets on eBay or Amazon, because it could be hacked beforehand. So you need to make sure that you have that you buy them from the actual site. And now I want to introduce someone to you, and that is Keith Sullivan. Many of you might know him. I think most of you do, actually. And he's done so well with cryptos. He's an amazing coach, trader, and investor, and also helps us here at Investment Mastery to guide you through your crypto journey. So everybody write hi, Keith, maybe. Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Yes, of course. And he has just come from a coaching session, actually, a group coaching, which we do in your crypto club as well, where we kind of teach people, we answer with like this. We have a Q&A but then more related to our strategies. So how's it going with your cryptos?
Yes, pretty good, pretty good. Finally gone over the 400% mark since August, which is great. So I think it's more about now, instead of taking money out, just compounding it to new coins. I think that's the biggest challenge.
Yeah, exactly. So it really is, right? Because now you started in August and now you're up 400%, and that is on the entire account.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is, of course, when you to have a strategy, so you know how to get these profits. Because if you were taking them too early, you would never reach that amount.
That's it. That's it.
Mm.
I think the biggest problem people face is they get emotionally attached to the investment. They don't see it as a vehicle to generate money. They get attached to it. You've got to look at it as, yes, it's something that's generating you money, but you've got to start taking profits at some point. You never want it to go to the highest price it's ever been and then just fall and you lose all your profit. So you need to start milking the cow, as Marcus says, right?
Yeah. Do you have a sound for that?
Moo. I don't think I'm as good as Marcus. We'll get there.
I think, it takes some practice, you need some years of experience to be able to milk the cow
100%,
properly.
100%.
Yeah, wow, 400%. That is amazing. The crypto market is incredible. And which crypto has gone up the most for you? This is a golden nugget, everyone.
That is good. There's a couple that are fighting for top spot. So we've got Cardano. Cardano's done really well.
Yeah.
Fiat has done really well. One of my newest ones, Chiliz, is done very, very well. That's over 600, coming up to about 600 when I last checked.
Really?
Yeah. So
I bought it yesterday. Yeah.
So it's great, and they've just got brilliant news coming out about professional footballers now getting paid in fan tokens and so on.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for those of you who don't know, right, you might think that crypto and Bitcoin is just, these currencies, but Chiliz is actually a blockchain that supports the sports industry. So Juventus, the Italian football club, they're actually paying now Cristiano Ronaldo in tokens for every goal he makes. So it's getting out there, right? We are just in the beginning, and they are launching their token or their project on the Chiliz blockchain. And for those of you who are new, right, a blockchain is more of look at it as Internet 3.0. So you have Amazon launching, they're using internet. eBay is using internet. We are using internet now with Facebook. And Chiliz, these new blockchains are the new generations of internet. It's a better, more powerful, faster, cheaper to use as well. Yeah, which one did you buy yesterday, Dennis? That is a secret, Nicholas, and I'm telling you, it was Chiliz, exactly like Max wrote below there. Nice, Tanisha, that is awesome. Yeah, very good. So so the which wallet are you using at the moment?
So I've got a Ledger that I'm using. Started with
this one.
Yeah, definitely like that. I started with the easier one, Ledger S.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to be looking at Ledger X to upgrade a bit more, because I'm getting more crypto. It's got bigger storage space and it's just easier to use. Yeah. And a lot safer. It's a bit more safer.
Yeah, they're actually, so you have two options. You have the Ledger S and X. So you just upgraded it and you can kind of have more coins on at the same time. So if you're wondering which one to buy, then Ledger S, they're just as safe. It's the same technology. But the Ledger X, it's you can kind of have, I think there's 20 or 30 cryptos on there at the same time. But on the Ledger S, you can only have 4 because it has limited storage space. But you can store the same amount of cryptos. I know this is a little bit hard to grasp, but look at it this way. If you can have, because the cryptos are actually on the blockchain. I'm going to try to keep this simple. But the cryptos are in this Internet 3.0, right? They're not on the ledger. This is just a way for you to store your keys. Imagine that you have login details. You have login details to your bank account, right? No one else should know them because then they can withdraw money. But the login details, those are the ones you store on here. This is a login detail. This is your vault. And but you can just store as much as you can, and you can have billions in there, in this little thing there. And if you lose it, it explodes. You have a backup key as well, of course. You can do it on a new one. So those are good, I think. Very good. And then after, you need to practice, right? So just to recap these. And to recap, you need exchanges. Now, we use Coinbase, we use Binance, okay? We went through how you divide the amount of money you have as well in a percentage. We can go through that again if you like. And you need to have a wallet, which is a Ledger or maybe Atomic wallet. So I Hope you wrote those down. But make sure, get your cryptos off the exchange, right? When you have bought, get them onto a wallet. So I think that's really good. I think we're doing well. And please ask questions now. We're here for you for half an hour to answer all of your questions as well. So I'm going to read you some questions, Keith. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
He's the expert here. That's going to be awesome. So do you recommend the wallet for people with small budgets, less than 1,000?
I would definitely say yes. No matter what cryptos you're buying, okay, having it safely stored is the best way. Because don't forget, that 1,000 is your hard-earned money. So having it stored on your ledger, on the Atomic wallet, and you know it's safe, it can help you sleep easier at night. It might be 500, it might be 5,000. Having any of your cryptos stored is going to be the best way. Because just think, that 1,000 that you've got, that could go into 5,000 in the next year. It could go to 20,000. And then making sure that is safe is the goal.
Very much so. I agree, right? So if you're holding it for the longer term, like Keith is saying, because you don't know, right? We have bought cryptos for 100, 200, that is now worth thousands, right? Just because Marcus bought one, right? And that was Aave. And it went from $100 up to $15,000. That's 15,000%. So that is just something you need to. So yeah, I would put it safe, because remember, right? If you bought Bitcoin for $100 10 years ago, that would be worth millions, right? So just yeah, we would absolutely say store them in there. So Andrew asked, if your coins are in the ledger, can you still trade them, or do you need to move them back to Binance before trading them?
It depends on the ledgers. You can buy and sell cryptos as well using ledgers. But it's probably easier to transfer it back to the exchange that you've used as well, because it's just easier. You understand the exchange, and then you know there's not going to be really any mistakes. But don't forget, the ledger is kind of more the longer term hold. If you're looking to buy and then sell within the next couple of weeks, then is it really feasible to put it on the ledger? It's just a bit of extra work. If you're going to hold on for the next year, then definitely.
Agreed. But yes, you need to kind of move them back and forth if you would like to sell them. You could do it on the ledger itself as well, but it's more expensive. It's 3, 4, 5% in your transaction cost, so it's actually worth to move it to the exchange and then back. So it goes pretty quick as well. So let's see here. So Janice, did you say store login details in these ledgers together with cryptos? Well, the cryptos are actually stored on the blockchain, but just to keep it simple, let's see here. To keep it simple, your cryptos are stored in here, but when you plug this in the computer, you access your cryptos, because this is the login details to access the cryptos. Imagine you go to your bank account, and when you plug this in, it logs you into the bank account. That is how this works, basically. So, very good. Do you have any? I think we have a question here as well. When Renee asks, when cryptos are stored on the ledger, can you still buy? Well, we did that one. We're getting there, guys. Keep asking your questions. So do you set a stop loss with cryptos? If so, what percent, as they are so volatile?
So with cryptos, if you're investing, we don't really tend to use a stop loss. The goal for investing is, as the market is going up, we manually start selling percentages of the profit. If you're trading, then yes, you would need to use a stop loss. Okay, and then a strategy will dictate how close or how far you're having that stop loss due to the strategy itself and how volatile that coin is. Okay, so you really need to dictate it on two things: the strategy, how much you're willing to lose a risk, and how volatile the coin is.
Absolutely. And one thing I would say here as well is, with our strategy, when we're up like 100% in profit, we then put the stop loss below that to just lock in the profits. But if it keeps going, that's amazing. So it depends on the strategy you're using, actually. So then we have as well, let's see, is there a fee between transferring from Ledger and Binance? Yes, there is a fee when you transfer back and forth. Yes, and depending on the crypto, it's a different amount. But yes, there is a small fee. Can you use contrarian momentum strategy for all crypto and also normal stocks? I think you could use it for stocks, but we are not doing it. We're doing it on cryptos, and yes, you can do it on many different cryptos as well. That is a trading strategy in the shorter term. So B. McDonald, with Coinstats.app, do you need to sync to your exchanges? Is this safe? Yes, it's very safe actually, because you connect an API key, and that's just a way to read information. But the cool thing with this API key is that the only thing you can do with the key is to read the information. So if someone hacks Coinstats, they can't really do anything with it. So the answer is yes. What's the fee when buying and selling cryptos? Do you know?
So the fee does differ from the cryptos you're buying and the exchange you're using. Okay, so for example, if you're using something like Uniswap, the gas fee of buying that crypto is relatively high compared to doing something like Coinbase Pro, which has a set percentage cost-wise of what you're buying. Okay, so it depends on the exchange and the coins you're buying.
Yeah, so I think it's like 0.07% on Binance, like 0.1%, 0.2% on Coinbase Pro, but on Coinbase regular it's like 3-5%.
It's a lot. It's a lot on the normal Coinbase.
That's the one you have been using.
At the beginning, I did use Coinbase.
Me too.
Then I learned more about cryptos and then moved into the Pro version because the Pro is a bit more tougher to use, but it's cheaper. But the first thing is understanding cryptos, understanding how to buy and sell, and then utilizing different exchanges.
And Vanessa, where do you do your research to decide which cryptos to invest in and when?
Ooh, that's a
good one. So I would say, well, the when question, we use something called tradingview.com. That is a charting software. We look at the graph, how the price is moving, and then we have the certain strategy to know when we are getting in. And for those of you who are in the Facebook group, you actually get one of these opportunities on a weekly basis. We send them out on a weekly basis to you. But in the question of where we do the analysis, we use a couple of sites. One of them is Crypto Panic. If you Google that, you'll find one. And you like to use actually CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, definitely. For me, CoinMarketCap, it really does work because the three main things you can look at with CoinMarketCap is, right, what is the market cap? So how much of the coin is being traded, buying and selling? Then you can look at what exchanges you can buy and sell the coin, which makes it so much more simpler rather than going from exchange to exchange to see, is this coin eligible for you to buy and sell? And then the last thing is it'll either tell you a brief overview on what the coin is, or it'll give you a link to the white paper for that coin and the website for the coin as well. So you can do your own research. Exactly. So I do like CoinMarketCap.
It's good.
And then it also ranks what are the top market capped coins as well.
Yeah, so CoinMarketCap is a really good one because it actually shows you all the coins, all the 5,000-6,000 of them. The trick is just to know which one to invest in, but you can go there and you can see all of them. So you can see the top 5, the top 10, the top 20, and obviously the higher up the list, the safer they might be to invest in.
So if you are starting out, I would say look at the top 10 coins first and start buying and investing into them because they are safer rather than going to the 5,000 coin, which is very low market cap and very high risk.
Why are you sitting higher up than me?
Because you're taller than me.
Oh, fine.
I'm short.
I'm looking shorter now. That's good.
Shut up, come down a bit.
No, that's fine.
There we go.
All right, so what do you feel about NFTs? Ooh, NFTs. How do you feel about them?
NFTs for me it's been my best friend over the last few weeks, ain't it? NFT, a lot of new coins I've got into have either been in DeFi or NFT areas of the crypto market, and it just seems to be the area of focus right now. Yeah. So yes, the coins may not over the long term have a massive growth, but short term we're going to see big pushes. Because it's in the public awareness with NFTs.
First and foremost, you might not know what NFTs are. Imagine Pokemon cards, you remember those? Football cards? If you put them on the internet, boom, right? There's one of this kind, then you can go and buy digital art, basically, digital collector's items. It really is. Imagine the, art, collector's items, Pokemon cards, hockey players, all that is just on the blockchain, and it's called NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Now, if I were to make a non-fungible token of Marcus, would you buy it?
Would I buy it? Maybe, maybe not.
Don't tell me. That's a very different
But I'm sure a lot of people would show interest.
Maybe, right? But it's a very booming market. They sold something now, a piece of art for £64 million. Or dollars, I think it was.
Dollars.
It's insane, right? It's just digital. Look, Jeff Bezos, I think it was Jeff Bezos. No, it was someone else, I think. But it was one of these, like Jeff Bezos. He sold his first tweet for $1.5 million. I bet he didn't think about that, 5 years ago when he did that tweet. So
just wait for Elon Musk to do that as well.
You can really sell everything. So it's quite interesting. Let's see here. We have some more here. So you always take the loss in investing, no matter how far it is going down. Well, actually, one of the rules we have in investing, please write this down, is
we never sell at a loss. Is that the one?
Well, no, that's not the one I was thinking about.
Ooh.
But we don't do that.
don't?
That is true. Can the asset go to zero, right?
Of course.
So if we do Bitcoin, no, probably not, right? So we have seen it falling 70, 80%, 6-7 times before, but now we need to be prepared to gain all the way down. So when we're investing, no stop loss. Only when we're in profit, we put it in. With the trading, however, when we do it in the shorter term, and maybe we use leverage as well, borrowed money, write this down as well. We only risk 1% of our portfolio when trading. Also very, very important.
And then just to actually quickly end on the investing is make sure, yes, you get into something that cannot go to zero, but also please, please, please make sure you follow the rules and keep buying as that market falls. I know it might feel alien to you or against your nature to be doing that. Why would you want to buy something that's falling in value? But honestly, if you carry on with the strategy and bring that average cost down, then you're going to either make a lot more money or you can get break even a lot quicker. So you can be a lot more safer with this.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Good. So, Kevin, do you teach trading by buying, selling the actual coin, or do you teach trading the coin but not actual buying? I'm not really sure about your question. We do teach a way for you, and that is in our workshop. We do teach you a way that you can actually buy and sell contracts, which is not the actual coin, like you're saying. But we also have strategies where you buy the actual asset, of course. We want to own the actual asset because who knows what's going to happen with our financial markets. So we like diversification. We like to have gold, silver. We like to have cryptos. We like to have cash as well. We like to have stocks. We trade stocks. We trade cryptos. We do all of it because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the future holds. Very good. So, Bharat, I understand that leverage trading is about borrowing crypto to place long or short orders. I am confused with the terms futures and options. Is the above scenario called futures or options? Am I right in thinking that Bybit and Binance Futures are different platforms that offer similar leverage trading? And the answer is yes. They offer similar leverage tradings, and that is futures. And futures is a way for you to invest. It's just a financial product, which is a way for you to invest, buy and sell Bitcoin, but without owning physical Bitcoin. It's contracts instead. And we don't need to go into options, but I think futures is very common in the crypto space. Not really options, but the futures are.
Options are a bit more tougher because with options, you've got to say where you think the market's going to go price-wise.
Exactly.
Which, it's a lot harder to predict that.
So can you use a contrarian momentum strategy with leverage?
You can, but we wouldn't advise. At the beginning with the contrarian momentum, it's more about buying that physical coin. So we are looking to hold the physical asset.
Yeah, absolutely. But one thing I will mention, if you are doing it, right, with any strategy, if you're using leverage, write this down, pay close attention now. If you're doing it with any strategy using leverage, which borrowed money, you need to have a stop loss. That's not negotiable, everyone. Because imagine you're borrowing and it goes really well, you're borrowing more and more, and you have one big losing trade, could empty your account. So you need to really play it safe by always having a stop loss. You can still make really good money, but always have a stop loss, and you need to accept the losses. It's part of the game.
I think that's where that 90-90-90 rule came from, right?
Yeah.
90% of new traders who leverage their accounts lose 90% of their money in 90 days. And that's because they, one, overtrade, or number two, they don't manage their risk with a stop loss. So always, always, always use a stop loss for that.
Yeah, 100%. And Alfeda, do you recommend investing in CFDs or in real cryptos?
For me, I like real cryptos. I like the physical asset because, as Dennis says, you never know where that physical asset's going to go. So I would rather own the physical asset rather than the CFD. But yeah, you could do both. It depends. If you're investing, physical asset. If you're doing more the trading side, then the CFDs would work for you.
All right, so let's see here. I bought an NFT called Battle Pets yesterday. It's like a kid's game where you battle with made-up characters. It's 100% up today. Wow, well done. That is amazing. It is a very interesting. That is David Angel.
Oh, that's brilliant.
To speak to you about that. That's awesome. Do we get a recording of this? I'm not sure is the answer actually. It will be put in the chat. Yes. Yeah, so you can watch this again. So stay in the Facebook group and you'll find it in there. So any crypto demo account. Well, actually, for trading, you can use Bybit, and they have a demo account for you on there. So if that makes sense. Where can we buy NFTs? You have 2 websites where you can buy NFTs, right?
Yeah, I think the only real good one is OpenSea. That's probably the biggest one that keeps coming up.
Yeah.
That a lot of people are doing it from. Or Limpo. Limpo was the new one we invested into last week.
Exactly.
So OpenSea or Limpo, they both do the same, and they offer high-end NFTs from actual celebrities, sporting personnel.
Keith, are you there?
I'm there.
Yeah.
Well, not yet. I will be.
We will be. Very good. Kevin, what is a small cap strategy? So small cap strategy is just a strategy we use when we go in, we average in as it goes down, but with less amounts of money. And there's obviously certain rules to it as well. But you know, it's we cannot teach you all this during these this 1 hour. But please, you know, ask questions about how you get started, about different things in the crypto market that we can demystify for you. But we have all the strategies that we teach in depth in the club as well. What do you think about .crypto domains, which are being promoted to store your crypto in one place? I would say no, right? For the simple reason that we discussed before, which is we want to have control of our cryptos. I don't want to, you know, have them in a third-party place we can store everything. I want to store my crypto safely because it's my money after all. Especially since the crypto market is unregulated, so be careful. Kirsten, when looking at charts for a coin, what does it mean when there's a lot of gaps between the candles? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? You can do that. Right?
Yeah, gapping basically means when there is out of hours trading, okay, where basically the price opens and closes at a different price. So say it closes at $100 one day, opens at 110 the next, that is caused the gap. Now in crypto, I've not really seen gapping because crypto is 24/7, so you don't naturally see too many gaps in the crypto market.
The gaps usually happens when the market is open and when it's closed. But we do see gaps on the futures.
On the futures, yeah.
Because in futures, remember, those are the contracts you trade, and those are open regular hours, which is Monday to Friday, and the regular open hours depending on where you are in the world. So here we go as well. We have, can you briefly explain which is better to use? Is it technical analysis or is it fundamental analysis? Ooh, there's a question for Keith.
It is great. In regards to fundamental analysis with crypto, it depends on what fundamental analysis are you looking for. Are you looking at, first of all, the market cap? Are you looking at the team? Are you looking at what does the actual coin do? Okay, that's the real fundamentals that you'll look at. With cryptos, there is a lot of fundamentals if you're buying something brand new, which is outside of, say, the top 50 coins. But I would say more technical right now than fundamental, because there's not a place you can get all the fundamental knowledge on that coin. So I think it's more technical, because even market cap is price action, right? And that still classes as technical analysis, not fundamental. But it's a hard one. It's a hard one.
I would say both. Wealthy people always says both.
There we go.
Because I think technical analysis works if you're trading very well because you have a stop loss in place. But we like to do some fundamental analysis. For example, Fiat has gone up a lot now because they have loads of good news coming out in the market, and they will be having those news over the next couple of days and weeks. So that's a major one we're in 100%. For that reason. Chiles was the same thing.
Chiles is another one. Uniswap. They're releasing their 3.0 now.
Uniswap, yeah.
But when it comes to the fundamental side, it's more about the news on what is the next step for them. Okay, so that next step, is it going to be positive or negative for the crypto itself?
Exactly.
Oh, and partnerships.
And partnerships, yeah. But look at the team, right? Would you invest in a team that has 5 people or 13 years old that has created something, or rather invest into some project that has like the CEO of Salesforce or YouTube launching it? They have partnerships with Samsung, or, so they have a solid team behind this that will actually make it succeed.
Or Crypto.com, which just partnered with Visa.
Yeah, Crypto.com is partnering with Visa, for example, as well, right? So you have these amazing projects. All right, so how do we calculate taxes when we sell part of our stock crypto? Do we use the difference between the median price at which we sold the stock? Well, this is how it works. So whenever you do a transaction, if that's a win, you then you get taxed in UK capital gains tax at 30%. 30%? 25%. In Sweden, it's 30%, obviously. So 25-30% depending where you are in the world. In Portugal, it's tax-free. So it's very different. So depending on where you are. But if you invest 1,000 and you then sell it at 1,500, you made £500 in profit, you pay 25% tax on those. Very good. And then we have something else. David, I am selling 10% after 100% rise. When it drops, are you saying you buy as it drops? Does that add to your original position investing, that is? Or do you say?
So if you do it on the same exchange with the same coin, then yes, it would add to your original position, which then does affect your average cost. Okay, so this is why when we say you go in 100% profit and then you have a stop loss at that point, then if it goes below your stop loss, you sell your overall holding, and then you've got a brand new position you can take.
Yeah, I agree. Renee is asking here, with all the webinars, chat groups, support for members, live Q&As, seminars, when do you guys sleep? That's a great question. We don't. Right? We are the traders that never sleep.
Especially with crypto being 24/7.
Yeah, the market does. Yeah, we don't need to. Yeah, no, obviously we're an amazing team, right? And we love what we do. We get energy from it. So yeah, I mean, some weeks are a lot of long hours, but it's amazing. We do love it. Let's see here. Yeah, we have these sites. If you want to look at taxes, so then Deborah has written coinly.io. It helps you to calculate the taxes even, which is great. Deborah, make sure you write to me. If you're based in Sweden, Deborah, we actually have a partnership with a Swedish tax thing that helps us to calculate it. So let me know and I'll hook you up. Renee, well, Ian, what do you regard as the best methods to think about the valuation of a coin? So I think we mentioned a few, right? The team, we look at partnerships, we look at if it's a unique product or a unique project. So it's not like 1,000 of the same before, right? And we look at, is it really needed to have a blockchain of its own? And one other thing that I look at that I think is really important is
amount of coins that are circulating.
Yeah, that's a good one as well.
Again.
No, that's a good one. But the amount of coins, right? Because if they have 5 billion coins, we know that Bitcoin is very scarce. It only has 21 million coins will ever be created. And Theta, for example, I think they have 1 billion or something like that, but all of them are out in the market.
Yeah.
Which is also good, right? Because then there's no more coins. If demand is increasing, the price will naturally increase.
I think it comes down to scarcity equals tangibility of that coin, right? Because if there's a low amount available, price is naturally going to be higher for that coin.
Yeah.
That's why we saw Yearn Finance go so high, because they've got such a limited amount of supply. So even just holding that coin, you cause the market to rally to a higher price.
And Pancake Coin.
Pancake Coin. But there's a lot of
stupid
cryptos.
names.
Yeah, there's a lot of stupid.
Pancake, birthday cake coin. You have all those. That's awesome.
But there's a lot of cryptos which are burning coins now as well to really bring the amount down.
Yeah, and we really like that. That's another thing we're looking at. If you find a coin that are burning tokens, Binance Coin is a good example. Ethereum will start doing it now as well. So what Ethereum have chosen to do is to, for every transaction, they're gonna burn a little bit of coins. Which is great because that creates scarcity. Yeah.
Okay, and just everyone as well, if you're enjoying the webinars, you're loving what we're doing, don't forget to hit the like button as well, because the more likes we get, the more people we can help, right?
Yeah, and the more likes we get, the more the more probable it is that we do this again. If you don't get any likes, it's not going to happen. Yes, so make sure you do press that like button if you do like it. Otherwise, no emoji. So let's see here. What about mining? Any recommendations? Yes, we do call it staking. There's two forms of mining. You have the one where you buy really expensive equipment. We don't need to do that. Instead, you go to Binance, you can do staking. You can earn 15, 10, 27% a year, right? So that's really, really beneficial as well, especially when the price goes higher. So you can do that. Is there a way you can avoid paying tax? Yeah, you can, but it's illegal. But yes, you can. But yeah, well, it depends, I guess. We're not financial advisors, unfortunately. There are ways you can, but then you would really avoid paying taxes, and that is illegal. But remember that cryptos is not traceable. So I need to report to the tax authorities, because the problem will, of course, be if I deposit £1 million in 5 years, they're going to be, well, what the hell is this? So we need to be careful there.
Mm-hmm.
So Nicholas says, FX opening account in Portugal. Oh, for example, yeah, you could do that, but I think still the tax authorities, if you don't live there, they will still chase you. And we checked this out, actually. I actually hired really expensive lawyers for this. But they're really expensive. But they said, if I move to Portugal, where it's tax-free, the Swedish tax authorities will chase me for 5 years for taxes after I move there. So just make sure you do your due diligence on that. We can't recommend anything, obviously. Is there a fee for transfer between exchange and wallet? Yes, we answered that already. When selling on the way up the small cap, do you sell 20% of your holdings every time? The answer is yes. One thing that I like to do, I sell 20% for every 100% until I've taken out my initial investment, and I'll leave it. Because I'm in a risk-free trade. Milk that cow, Deborah. Milk that cow. Yes. So how do I join your crypto club? That is a great question. But obviously, that's not the reason we're here. The reason we're here is to support you and help you, all the members in the Facebook group. But yes, we do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, but if you are interested in joining your crypto club and really learning, get hand-holding, group coaching, webinars where we show you every single crypto we're getting into, and of course, learning the strategies that you will be able to use for the rest of your life, please, everybody, write your crypto club in the comments, right? Write your crypto club, write me, whatever is easiest for you, but write one of those and the team will just write it down and DM you to give you more information. So if you would like to find out more, if you would like to have more information, write me or your crypto club in the comment section. I mean, we're adding things to that all the time.
Yeah, every day. I think the biggest benefit is the portfolio, right? We've done all the research on coins, so it just saves so much more time.
It does. It absolutely does. So make sure you write me or your crypto club in the chat, and we'll DM you. All right, very good. And what else do we have here? Vanessa, this has been a brilliant information session. You're very welcome. More, please. Well, I just recorded 3 videos about staking. Just to give you an example. So if you join the club, we actually give you more and new content all the time. And we're just transitioning to a new club as well. Updated content, more gamified. And you will have these sessions we have today, but more of what we're doing in the club 3 times a week. You just come on, ask any questions you like. Very good. Let's see here. We have another question. Would you place a stop loss after 100% and then keep moving the stop loss as it goes up? The answer is
yes. You can definitely do it.
You read my mind.
Thank you. No, definitely moving it up along with the market is so beneficial. And it is a way that you can, first of all, feel secure about the profits you're making, but also allowing your profits to run. There are 2 golden rules for investing: is cut your losses short, allow your profits to run. So,
as long as possible.
As long as possible.
Exactly. Would you continue to take profits once you have taken out your initial investment? You could. I mean, at some point, it's going to get ridiculous. Like in some of the coins, I invested like £100. I should have invested more. And now they're worth 5, 6, 7, 8,000. I'm like, well, at some point, you're right. You take a little bit of money out. So treat yourself as well. Because what I don't want to happen, we're going to tell our members this as well, when we think the market is turning, because what a lot of people did in 2017, they rode the market to the top and all the way to the bottom. And I mean, that's not why we want to play it. That's why we want to milk the cow, Keith.
Yeah. Moo.
I think the Swedish cow is like, moo.
It's got a bit of accent.
Moo. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so you need to do that sound. That's very important in order to become a good trader.
Every time you take profit.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you, guys. So take 20% abs, then place stop loss. Yes, 20% on your abs, so you need some ab workout, and then place the stop loss. That's good. Yeah, but exactly. Take 20. No. You don't take the 20%. You put the stop loss for those 20%, right? So in case it moves up, you just move that up, so you can take more. Those 20% will be even more money. What sort of results are people getting in your crypto club? Well, I would love for you, I don't know if we can post it in the group, but go to Trustpilot. There is a third-party service, right? We will have some bad comments there as well. More recently, we have one, I think, but that's part of it. But we have over 470 reviews now, I think, of people that are very happy with what we're doing, and they share the results in there as well. So I don't know if we can post the link in here somehow. I know, Deborah, maybe you can do it. So people can go and have a look. Yeah, good one, Istvan. Moo. On what platforms do you apply stop loss? You can do it on Binance and you can do it on Coinbase. It's called, write this down, everyone, it's called a stop limit order. Very good. I know we're running over a bit, I think. I don't know what the time is, to be honest, but I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I hope you are thinking that it's valuable information. And remember that you can always write in this Facebook group, and we have amazing members. You might see some of them here, right? We have Norris is in the club. We have Deborah, Stefan, recommended. So we have loads of members that are answering here. Stephanie as well, right? So make sure you're active in this group, because the amount of knowledge are in this investment mastery group is amazing. So you can just imagine what's actually inside the club. But make sure you're in here, because we do post every Thursday. We do post one opportunity that we're looking at. So you will still get a little bit, right? Just to help you on your journey, because that's what we're all about. We just want to help. Yeah, overtime top draw info. What does that mean?
Not sure.
Good. I don't understand what that means.
Top draw means great.
Yeah,
Don't know what the overtime is.
Tuve as well. I think I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, good. Because I don't think you are Swedish, but I know I think you're Norwegian. But I don't wanna. Okay, very good. I actually think we've answered every question here. Very good. So I mean, we love to be here. We love to do these things. And what do you think? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah?
It's amazing. Being able to do it, answering questions, and just give pure support and value, right? That's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And we really love to be here, and we love that you took your time and spent it with us. Really appreciate it, right? We really come from a place where we want to help. So once again, if you would, yeah, Deborah, I made over 2,000% of a coin.
Ooh.
That is not bad. Norwegian is correct. I knew that too. I knew that. But if you want to have more information about the Crypto Club, write me in the chat and we will DM you. It's the last chance on this one. But then again, I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope you got a lot of valuable information and that you feel that you got all your questions answered. But I'm sure we're going to do more of these. I'm not sure actually, but I think so. I'm going to need to ask the marketing department. But we are here to support you on your crypto journey, no matter if you join the Crypto Club or not, right? And make sure as well, write this down. Go to our YouTube, watch the trades of the week with myself and Marcus, because in there we share exactly what we think is happening in the market, what trading opportunities we're in and looking at. Same with cryptos. And yes, we are using the strategies we teach in the club, so it does help to watch them if you are a member. So that's very good. So what do you guys think? Do you guys want us to do this again? Comment yes in the chat, and we will think about it. And of course, hit that like button so we know that you enjoyed the session. And if we do get up over 100 likes, we will consider doing it again. Oh, fine. Well, we got 119. Well, then I guess it's fine. Can't remember. Got some. Well, Deborah, I asked her what coin went up 2,000%, and she answered, can't remember. Got so many. That is very humble of you, Deborah. I appreciate that. Yeah, there you got it. There you have the channel as well. Yes, okay, that's awesome, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. We're gonna love and leave you, but we're here for you throughout your journey here. And I think we're gonna be a good team, Keith. We're gonna be doing these.
100%.
Maybe we get Eamon in here as well. He's another one of our traders. Obviously, we need to keep the distance now because we still have COVID here.
Yeah.
Not in here, no COVID, but it's still around, so we are keeping the distance. Very good. What are the next steps? Anything more you want us to say, guys? Yes. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Have a beautiful evening, and we'll speak soon.